How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to have some fun. It's time to get into some animation. It's time to get creative. Time to get that imagination all revved up. And it is time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from Garrett Hanna. If you're not familiar with his work, check right over here. He is a phenomenal, I use that word almost all the time, but usually I try to find people that I find really inspiring and phenomenal. Concept artist and illustrator. The reason or how I kind of got hooked onto him is there's a new game called WildStar, who huge shout out to a buddy of mine, Jarrod Showers, who we went through some classes together, is an animator on, and it's a phenomenal game. We messed around with it for about an hour or so the other day, and it's just really great. And I really like the art style. It was very unique. I think it does that same thing that is really great in a lot of video games, where they kind of give it a little less realism and more stylistic in their art side, so that it can grow and stay relevant longer than if you try to do it as realistic as you can right now, and then 3 years down the road technology has advanced and everything, and so stuff that looks realistic now won't look realistic in the future, and vice versa. You can see that throughout video games or any sort of 3D tech. If you try to go too hyper realistic, usually it's better to kind of do more of an artistic style, and I think he does a great job of that. His characters are very full of life, very colorful, really zany, and I'm just a big fan. And like I said, I've only come across his work in the last few days, but everything that I've seen that he's done is just top shelf. This is a little short he did. I forget the name of it, but it's like a cactus short. It's really fun. So definitely check that out as well. I'll link to some more stuff in the description down below. This one reminded me a lot of kind of a Carrie Nord style, even though he's got his own spin on it, but I like that one a lot as well. Like I said, almost every piece that I've come across that's from him, I've just really liked. I think he's got great posing, really nice lines of action, great use of color. His color is always spot on, and I really like that. So definitely on the game that, like I said, he's the concept artist for. It's called WildStar. I messed around with it for a little bit. It's really fun too, and it's free to play. So if you guys are looking for something to distract yourself every once in a while when you've done hours and hours and hours of work for the day and your brain's just shot and you need some creative inspiration, I would definitely say check this game out. It looks like it's got a really terrific art style, and the animation, like I said, I know a buddy of mine, Jarrod Showers, who also is a former animation mentor, student, got to work on that, and I need to do an interview with him or see if I can talk to him about some of the stuff that maybe he learned along the way too, because he's a great guy, and a great asset to the animation community, I would say, for sure, and especially the video game animation as well. So if you like the animations in WildStar, go find Jarrod Showers and tell him that he's awesome, because he is. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling here, so I wanted to share a little quote from Garrett Hanna that I found, and he said, "I like to go to a cafe and draw people to help me build up a variety of designs in my memory. It's nice because you get away from distractions and it forces you to think. Everyone looks different, so there's always a new subject." And this one I wanted to bring up because it's something that I haven't been doing as much in my own leveling up skills of work these days, is that I kind of have hit a level where I definitely look at different artists all the time, and their take and their stylization. I feel like I'm doing better at that, but I know this was something that's kind of a call out to myself, and I figured if it's a call out to me, maybe you guys will get inspired or motivated by it as well, and that is to continue to not only just grow by looking at other creative people's work, but always look to real life as well, and go out there and study. This is a trip that evidently he did to a zoo, and I thought these were some great posing, and you can definitely tell that there's real looseness in his sketching here and everything, but he definitely captures a lot of great moments that is something that you have to get your own take and your own spin on real things, and rather than be an amalgamation of people that you study, go out there and really try and engage your brain and how you would come up with representing real life. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into some animation. Again, apologies. I'm still kind of getting over and past this cold. It seems like today actually might be one of the worst days, which you can probably tell as my voice sounds a little funky today. But the important thing about the creative process and the creative journey is to never give up and to continue even when it's tough and you just want to lay in bed and never get out of bed. It's important to do that as well. So that's why, even though there'll be some sniffles along the way and my voice will be a little stuffy, I figured it was important for me to push myself and also to talk to you guys and to show you that if you really want to be creative and you want to push forward and continue to grow every day, you got to push past whatever the obstacles might be in your way that day. So anyways, this is the Victor Hart rig. It's a free rig you can grab over at Creative Crash. And again, like more stuff to Garrett Hanna, I will link in the description below if you guys want more on that. And we're going to be using Autodesk Maya 2014 today. And what I was thinking for this one, something that I hadn't really done is kind of do like a fall cycle. If you ever in a video game and you see a character falling, they're really kind of cycling through an animation and then going, rather than unless it's like a clip where they're showing an animated sequence where you're just watching. But if it's something that you're kind of controlling in game, you'll have a little loop of a fall animation that'll just loop while the character is going down. So I figured we'd try something like that, something that I actually haven't really attempted before to too much, but I figured it would be something fun to try. And cycles tend to be a little bit easier usually, because they're a little less about precision and more about the cycling matter of them. So I thought that would be something kind of fun, and we don't really have to get too hard on timing with something falling through space. Like I said, if we were going to do more of a short, that would definitely be something where we'd have to look at our timing and really nail our timing so that we get that slow out and then slow in, or the real hard and fast, or we'd have to kind of play with our timing a lot. But with doing a cycle, we're not going to really have to do that. And I'm kind of playing to a strength and a weakness here, where, like I said, I haven't had as much time to really go through and get a good formula for how I would approach a fall cycle. But at the same time, trying to lean a little bit easier, since I'm sure that my brain isn't as super hyper alert as it usually is, just because I'm dealing with a little bit of illness today, as I'm sure a bunch of you guys are going to, but I hope that you don't. I hope you don't have to deal with any of it this fall season. So that being said, if you're man, I'm rambly today. Sorry, guys. If you're new to the videos, thanks for watching. You're amazing. I love you lots, and I hope that you guys learn something along the way, or at least get inspired to go off and create something, because you're like, you know what, that guy, he doesn't know how to do anything. I can do that way better. And then you guys go off and create your own thing. That's great too. This whole thing is just about trying to create a community, trying to encourage you guys, and trying to motivate and maybe teach something along the way. Like I said, the main reason why I kind of started doing these was because when I first went to school, I had just kind of seen some animated movies and kind of done a little bit of sketching and stuff, but I'd never opened Maya before my first day of classes, and I was a little behind, and that was tough, and it's hard. And I think I just wanted to have a kind of a free resource that you guys could watch and learn and grow. And it's kind of introductory. We don't get into a whole lot of stuff. We don't really do a whole ton of polish on these shots and everything too. But it's a free thing that you guys can watch. You guys can learn from this stuff, and then once you feel like you've kind of gotten to around this level and you kind of understand this kind of stuff, then check out Animation Mentor. It's a great school. Otherwise, I animate, and I've heard really phenomenal things about as well. What we'll be doing, we'll give ourselves 48 frames. If I would stop rambling and just get into animating, that would be great. And we kind of see what we come up with. Again, I've never used this rig, so we'll see where our strengths and our weaknesses lie. So that being said, let's get in here and let's make ourselves a starting pose to go with. Oh, I got hiccups. Okay, and let's just do these two. Is this a chest controller too? Yeah, okay. So I've got those three, and stretch it out here. And we'll rotate this and we'll stretch it back maybe not as far. I want this to feel very stretched out here. And let's go and rotate let's grab is there a neck controller? No. See, that's what I was thinking. I don't think there's a neck controller, so I think I'm going to have to use this guy kind of as a pseudo neck controller, even though it's really a spine controller. Because I always like to give a little bit of just rotate here, rotate there, flip up there, rotate Y. This is a very interesting rig. It seems like it has a lot of manipulators and things you could really get into, but also as far as I could tell from the little bit that I've spent with it, it doesn't have a IK/FK switch on the feet either, so there's definitely some things that it definitely has some strengths, but a couple of things that you could probably get in and really tweak around or that you could adjust here. This guy too. And let's go and raise him up here. And like I said, since normally I would approach the feet with FK feet, especially with something like this, we're going to have to use what we got here. And what we have is IK feet, so that's okay. Maybe we'll find that that'll be better in the end anyways. And we're just kind of trying to find that nice storytelling pose that can maximize kind of the feeling that we want to get in before we really start doing anything. Now we're going to get some deformation there, so got to be aware of how we're going to approach that as well. Let's go and turn that a little more. Maybe we could even go up a little bit here. And go back over there. Try to get one arm kind of straight and the other arm a little curved just to have some variation there. Okay, let's go ahead and just tweak the fingers a little bit. Bend the thumb in a little bit more. Let's get a better. Again, it's kind of a little bit Popeye-ish in these arms. I wish there's a little bit different, just stylistically. The way that the shoulders are working and that connection just feels a little unnatural. But we got to go with what we got. And like I said, I think this one it'll be kind of a fun thing to kind of test and play around with here and share with you guys. And again, thanks a lot for all the likes and subscribes lately. Seems like since I got a new microphone, that's helping a little bit more. I haven't heard nearly as many. I just hope the audio is a little bit better. Again, I want to get a new setup, but this is what I have to work with right now, so that's okay. And if you guys I don't really hardly ever mention this, but if you guys do enjoy this channel and everything, it is all free. But if you want to throw a couple dollars of support or click ads or recommend it to a friend or anything like that, all the money that I make from doing any of this stuff which is yeah. Anyways, that's another whole story. We'll just go back into the channel. It's nothing that I'm looking just for more equipment and stuff to make the videos even better for you guys. And let's go ahead and do a little tilt here. A little bit there, and let's go ahead and do a little bit of rotate in there and there, and we'll go ahead and hide that for now. Okay, and maybe we'll tweak the eyes a little bit. Do we have an eyelid? Okay, we do, so maybe that's something we can do here. Gonna give him more open eyes. What about the jaw? I think I'm going to leave the jaw alone for now, and let's make sure we just have our nerve curves, nerve surfaces, and our polygons selected. And let's go ahead and again save our file. It's always good to save multiple versions and save often. And let's go ahead and get in here real quick. Okay, and go to grab everything, go to frame 0, and set our first key. And let's go ahead and kind of approach this. We'll do 12s here. A little bit over, a little bit back, and back again. Let's see. Okay, that's probably too much. Remember, this is going to be very kind of subtle movements, not too much. It's just kind of a falling animation here. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of up and down there, up down, mimic what we had before. Probably a little too much, so we'll narrow that down more. Okay. Let's see. And then we'll go here at 6, and we'll go ahead and swing the legs there. 18, we'll bring over there. 30, we'll bring over there. 42, bring over there. And then bring it back. So let's see. I think we want to go the other way. We can definitely neuter this a whole lot more. 6. We'll go back here. Let's see. have a lot of work to do on this one for sure. Okay, let's really neuter that a lot more. That means this side too. Okay, sorry, trying not to sneeze on cam here. Okay, so probably too low on the legs. Let's try that again. Definitely want to cycle that a little better. Okay, got other foot. And let's do it a little bit lower here. Try and bring that down a little more. Make sure we're cycling here, something feels off. Sorry. Okay. In fact, this one's a little too much up and down, and the other one's not enough. So let's see here. I feel like there's still too much rotate. So let's do a little bit less of that. And let's look at the rotate Z, rotate C. Let's see. Too much. We want to have the arms reach out every 12 frames. guess I'm gonna have to play with that a little more. I think that's starting to be kind of what I want. Maybe a little bit less. We don't want to intersect the head here. And back to where it was again. Let's see. Probably too much. Let's go and see that now. Okay, it's starting to get somewhere. I feel like we got a little too much break in that arm now. So let's see here. Yeah, let's get rest here. Let's go and drag it back there. Okay. Delete that again. Drag it back there. In there. And then back again. Probably do a little bit more on this arm here. Let's see. And maybe a little more on the forearm now too. Just feels a little too rigid. Yeah, that might be a little too much. Let's go scale back a little bit more. And let's look at what do we do? So 12 and 36. Okay, so let's go 12. 36. Bring it back here. Let's go. Make the head a little bit more floppy here. About every 12 frames here at the head, so it's a little bit different timing here as well. Let's go together. Let's put on this, start on 6 instead. I'll tone it down a little more, I think, too. let's do a little bit from this guy here. Gotta go back up to where it was before. Okay, and we'll get this guy out there, in there, out there, in there, and back again. Okay, let's look at the hand here. Kind of drag it back a little bit there. Drag it in there. Back there. In there. And then back again. Let's amp up the up and down here a little bit more. Might be a little too much. I don't want it to feel swimmy. I want it to feel like it's falling. And okay. And I feel like we are kind of walking off there a little bit. So let's just to make sure our loop's a little bit better. Let's go 50 here. Give me about 2 more frames there. Go back to 48, just so we have that little bit of movement back and forth. Okay, and this arm is way too busy, so let's scale it all back a little bit more. Let's go ahead and see that now. And we don't want that to intersect there, so we're going to figure out a better way to still keep it kind of this way. Let's see. That might be too much. Let's do a little bit less. From here, we can amp up the hand a little bit more. We want the arms to feel different, but kind of the same. Okay. Let's go look at that now. Yeah, probably do a little bit more here. hips there. Squat them in, stretch them out, squat them in, and go back to where we started. Okay, and then we'll take the second and third on all of the fingers, and we'll delay on the frame. We'll take that third on all the fingers, and we'll delay those frame as well. Let's see. And we'll take everything on the index finger, and we'll go ahead and push it forward frame, and everything that's on the little finger, and bring it back a frame. Okay, and now we need to look at the thumb here. Bring it in, bring it out again, bring it in, bring it out. Let's see. We gotta be careful about how much we bring it out, because it looks like it's like smacking the dude in the head. So go ahead and minimize that a little more. Maybe we just need to do it here. And bring the arm just not as close to the head there. Maybe a little less rotate on the wrist here. Let's see. Okay, and let's go ahead and save our file again. Yeah, let's look at this hand. And we'll stretch it all out here. Bring it in there. Stretch it all out there. Bring it in here. And go back to where we started there. Okay, and then we'll take the second and third portions of each of the fingers. We'll go ahead and delay those a frame. And third portion of each of them, we'll go ahead and delete those a frame. And we'll take everything on the index finger and push it forward, and everything on the little and push it back. It's gotta look better. Okay, now let's go ahead and look this way. One thing that I'm noticing here is I think I'm going to take the rotate X and bring it back so it's really stretching up a little bit more. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and do a little bit of squash and stretch here. Forward, back, and back again. too much there. Let's see it now. Okay, let's get a little bit of translate Z forward and back, forward again, and there again. Okay, it's probably too much translate Z, so let's minimize that a bit more. Put a little bit of that. And we want to do the legs, the feet. So as the chest moves forward, the feet would actually be pulled back. So let's move them to there and adjust it here, there, there. Keep that and bring it back up. Okay, we gotta really neuter that quite a bit too. So let's bring it up that way, back that way, over here. So just a little bit of this. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of rotate Y here as well. A little there, and then back again. Let's see. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of twist here. Here, there, and then back again. Okay, and let's clean that and rotate up a little bit more. Maybe a little bit less of it. Okay, so rotate Y, just so we got that movement in 3D space that we can use. Here we're just kind of doing two-dimensional. Okay, let's do a little bit of rotating the feet here as well. Do a little swing there. A little swing here. Move back again. So let's see. And we will minimize that a little bit more as well. Let's take everything on this foot and let's delay it one frame, just so it's not all hitting at the same time. And let's take everything on this arm and hand and let's delay it all one frame as well. thing, but not so much. Let's see. Okay, I like that small amount of change from motion in the eyebrows. And I think we can hold it for a little bit longer. Change into there. Hold that for a bit longer. And then bring it back into something like that. So set that and that there. I don't want it to be perpetually or continuously moving. I want it to have like an expression change, but it feels like it's just pose, pose. A little bit more in there. I need to hold that for a bit longer. Take that, bring that out a little bit longer. Two frames less there. Okay. Now, let's mix it up a little bit. Grab this eyebrow and we'll push it forward a frame so it leads. And then follows for the second one. And then let's take these two portions and we'll delay in a frame. And the last portion we'll delay that for another frame as well. Let's see here. Okay. And now let's see if we can get a blink in here. So first of all, we can do that and we'll have it go down there. And down there. Grab the outside there. Bring that to, maybe we'll need this one here. And then let's grab the bottom. Translate there. And grab these two. Bring that up here. There we go. We'll grab everything again. Make sure that we go back to where we were before. Okay, and then we'll grab all of these here. And we could hold this for a couple more frames. Grab this. I'm gonna hold the close for a couple of frames. Set that. Got a little bit of overshoot there. And we need to have that hit a lot sooner. So you can see this one we've tweaked the timing a little bit versus that one, which is just pretty much automated, and this one's got a little bit more character in it. Okay, let's go ahead and do a similar thing on the other side. It doesn't have to be exact, we can be a frame or so off here, but pretty close. Let's take what we have there, hold that to about 6. see a little bit of movement in the jaw. Can probably do a little bit less. Rotate Z here, still the side to side. Scale it back a little bit more. Let's see here. We gotta adjust rotate Z on the hips then to kind of keep that same sense of space throughout. They're occupying very similar space. Okay, let's go and look at that now. And let's look at the bends on the fingers. I'm going to delay those another frame. Just because they feel like they're kind of hitting all at the same time. So let's see here. Maybe we'll take that and put the tips of the fingers there a little bit more. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, and let's go ahead and take everything again. Let's go to 50 frames there. Take what we have at 48. This other frame and go back. Make sure it's cycling pretty well. Maybe we should keep it kind of where we had it before. Yeah. And let's look at the hips at least. Give one more frame on there. And the chest. Give it one more frame there. So it doesn't feel like it's really hitting that same spot. There we go. Let's turn our nerve quirks off. Yeah, it's a fairly good fallen animation cycle. I mean, we could definitely tweak it a lot more, but I think it does the job for what we're looking at. So let's take a look back at where we started. We're looking at Garrett Hanna. And he said, I like to go to a cafe and draw people to help me build up a variety of designs in my memory. It's nice because you get away from distractions and it forces you to think. Everyone looks different, so there's always a new subject. And I think that's a great challenge for all of us as creative types, is to go out in the world and experience things and try to interpret it and understand it for yourself, and not get too involved into like what stylistic people that you look up to and who do you want to be like and how do they do it, and then copying their style, because then it's just like version of their style rather than finding your own way of doing things. And I think it's a good challenge to have to try and continue to expand your visual and audio or whatever medium you're using in repertoire, that you're always looking for where that inspiration is going to come from or how you can interpret things in a different, new, and amazing way. So that being said, thanks for bearing with me even though I'm feeling a little sick today. But that's definitely something that I hope kind of inspires you guys to not let anything get you down or stop you or get in the path of your dreams, but to continue all the time. And this one I definitely think we could polish it up for probably another hour or so at least, but I think we got the main idea there. So let me know down in the comments below if you do end up using this rig. Show off what you did. Love to give you some encouragement and some thumbs up. Same goes if you've got ideas or things that you would have done better or different, or things that you learned along the way, anything like that. It's always encouraged and welcome. And that being said, I love you guys lots, and we will see you for some more animation tomorrow.